That's a bad habit, probably.
And I guess as a little tapping exercise, what you guys could probably do, just to get yourself going, is to just basically go back to A, is to practice tapping position 1 of your pentatonic, and then position 2. Practice playing them together, because immediately you've got millions of licks. They're everywhere, and if you link position 2 and 3 together, position 4, it's tapping central, and that's just your minor pentatonic scales. And then when you've got a metal backing sort of playing along with that, you see, it sounds amazing just on pentatonic scales only. I mean, it just does the business, There is some other stuff if you really want to get down the technical road, and that is microtonal playing. It happens in blues. It happens in blues. If you want to get quite experimental,
you know when you do like,
it happens in blues. Yeah. If you want to get into some exotic playing, you might want to look at bending notes, which are slightly. Well, that sounds a bit sort of out there, I know. But you can use your tremolo bar to get. If you note that's a note, then that note is in between the notes. That is the next note. So if you can play the.
Fucking hell. That's crazy. I never read it.
It sounds horrendous when you first start it because you're hitting the wrong notes effectively, but you're trying to make. But it does make it sound slightly more. And the note in between. It's not. That's a note above it, but there's a note in between. It is because they have got more notes than us. They've been cheating, and what's happening is we're nicking the notes from in between. So just think if you've got, there's your note, and we've got in between.
Fucking hell.
Oh no, yeah. There's note above. Anyway, he wants a curry. But that is if you're trying to get experimental and you're fed up with conventional notation, you think I fancy something a bit different, and you're having a curry that night, and then it's nice to get into microtone. It's a headache, it really is, because you've got to find all the notes in between. So that note's there, but I'm playing that on the tremolo, so you're not actually playing the note yourself. But it sounds mental, and I think it could be used to good effect in metal somewhere.
Is it a different pressure you hit depending on which string as well?
Yeah, it's exactly that. Yeah,
octaves. It sounds really weird.
Yeah, so those are slightly exotic scales as well, which we could have a look at another time. But some of those scales, and I mean, and again, you can do the tapping. There's a note above. There's a note in between. There's a can make it up as much as anybody else can with that. And if you can incorporate that with a bit of I don't know, then you can add your sweeps in, I don't know, whatever with it.
Yeah.
That's where you guys come in and try and move it on a little bit, you know, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we're talking about microtonal notes and the notes in between the notes, now we're really going somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that's refreshing, it's new. Indian musicians have been challenging it and doing it for years, and we can do it on the guitar. We can do it on the fretboard. We can do it on the tremolo bar as well. There's lots of options for that to take it in a new direction, you know, and you can tap them and refine them. So you've got like, there's a note in between.
Yeah.
It is wild, I know.
That's crazy.
But it's crazy, but it's brilliant fun, and it's not been used very much.
No.
So if you guys can go and try and take it on, and I did a video a couple of years ago called Byzantine. It's on YouTube, and it was the one that got me that license, that deal, trade deal.
Yeah.
It's a pretty poor quality video, but the stuff on it is microtonal, and it's all of that sort of stuff, you know. And yeah, you can use the tremolo arm if you've got a tremolo bar to get the extra. As you can use that to get the dying sheep sound. But it does sound slightly different when you play it on guitar. A lot of people like, what the fuck? I played it at a sound check a while ago, and people are like, bloody hell, you know, even the sound engineer goes, what the fuck were you playing then? But I said, you know, I just fancy a curry tonight, and that's the first thing that comes to mind, really. But right, guys, well, I mean, to be honest, you're all very technically proficient players anyway, and today was more of a chance of having a glimpse at what you're doing, and you're doing everything right. There's no bad techniques, and you're all sort of going to be very, very competent players. You know, your sweep pickings are great, and in the blues, vibrato, I mean, you pick stuff up really, really quick, and you're fantastic. You are. No, seriously. No, he's beautiful. He's the coolest looking out of all of us as well. But you've got a nice vibrato, sir. So everybody's got something different. Everybody's got something different on the guitar and your voice. My only thing I would say to you guys that is missing is that. So on the end of that, there's a bit of identity. You can hear this singing away, isn't it? If you can get that into your playing, I'm out of it. But you're going to rule, because that's the bit that really does make the difference. That vibrato, it's very hard to do, and it takes bloody years.
I've got a question actually.
Yeah.
There's a thing, just to sort of start with, it's sort of like sweep picking, but it's
Yeah.
more like a sort of flutter. So it's like that sort of thing. What's that called?
Crikey. Play it again then.
So it's like.
It looks like alternate picking, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said it was like hybrid, but I thought that was something else.
Yeah, hybrid's when you're using your finger and
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, were you doing that? I couldn't really see.
No.
Oh, right.
There's a little bit of like a rake in there.
Economy picking that you're doing, as they call it.
That's economy picking.
It is really, because you're using the up and down movement to go across really well, you know.
Oh, okay.
But your pick is really smooth.
No, mate.
It's,
a lot of
you know,
time.
yeah, you can't really improve on that. It's there, you know. So
No, thanks, mate.
yeah, the economy part is where you and some of the economy picking ideas are when you do a sweep that you don't to come back, you don't use the picking, so you got that bit, so there's no like rate coming back, so as you're moving up,
It's about like fluid, isn't it?
the left hand, yeah, it's kind of making that, so the sweep goes across and then the legato takes over, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, economy picking is usually when they first described it, it was like when you play a basic arpeggio. Here, you can play it, and we play it as sweep picking. And then here, you do a pull off. But you don't hear the rake back, do you? See what I mean? There's no... So the return journey is cleaner because you're not sweeping it as such. You've got that... And when you're going down, and that kind of... It's a kind of... Yeah, he's got it better than I have. The idea of that is that you can... You've used the rake to go downwards, and you use the legato to come backwards, and it makes it sound a lot cleaner. You watch a lot of top players, they'll do the rake downwards and they'll come back with the legato. It just sounds nice and clean.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that. Like, I felt like it was cheating if I was doing it.
Oh well,
it's just all about how it sounds.
No, it's you can do both. It just doesn't really matter. I mean, but if you've got if you think that you're generating on a downward, if you're sweeping backwards, you've got that noise. But the left ears, the return is clean, isn't it? So if you can make it cleaner, bloody do it, you know.
Yeah.
But you do hear the sweep on the way down, but when it comes back, there's no your economy picking. You're not picking it, so you're getting that. It sounds really. If you hear it recorded, it sounds really smoothly picked.
Yeah.
Just because the left hand isn't picking it on the upstroke, you know. But you can use the upstroke, or you can not use the upstroke. Either way, it doesn't really matter.
I would start using it less, I think.
Well, use both.
Start using the upstroke less.
Yeah, or go down one and come up the other. Maybe all that. Just down one and back up a different one. You know.
Can you show him that thing you did correctly?
Which one?
The bending.
Oh right.
Microtonal, because I've never seen anyone do it.
It's
bassist. I was just interested.
Yeah, I know, but
okay.
I want as many people to see as possible. It's cool spot.
But he's into John Entwistle also.
John Entwistle. Oh crikey, well he'll be on. It's literally the notes in between the notes, which are, if you've got, there's a note there, and there's a note there. So if you play the notes in between the notes, as well as the notes. Well, I'm using a tremolo bar, I play those notes. It's a bit weird, that's all. That was it.
And what's the name of your video, Marcus? I'll share it with the guys. Byzantine, is it?
Byzantine's a video. It's a bit of a crap video, but I mean, it just demonstrates the technique on there, you know, and that's it really. But
You've got to check it out.
it's not particularly great. I was in Egypt when I filmed it. I was definitely in the right frame of mind, but I'm not had any. Well, someone said I've not really had anybody really play that style particularly like that yet. I don't know if it's probably the most original thing I've ever done. But I've not got famous for it. No one's actually knocking on the door to learn how to do it, but it's just the way it is, really.
Maybe they'll start now.
Well, I think you've given us absolute pearls of wisdom today.
Pleasure.
I think what's a shame is not more people have participated, but they will be.
That's right.
They'll be watching the video back, and certainly I'll be bringing to all the guitarists' attention those aspects, as I say, particularly the vibrato, which is probably going to be the mostly used technique. But fantastic stuff, Marcus.
I think it's just metal stuff, like all those techniques, but you can use them in everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was explaining to Marcus, Seb, what how you're approaching your act with Vanessa. The fact that you're from more the metal, particularly metalcore stuff, and bringing those techniques and cleaning up the sound, using it for R&B based stuff. So great. So it's about originality, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly.
Well, Santana used a lot of sweep picking in his solos. And he wasn't a particularly metal guitarist.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear
There's all
what
rakes.
what you were playing earlier.
Dave Gilmour
Definitely
does as well.
lots of Eddie Van Halen, lots of Steve Vai, Steve
Yeah.
Stevens, even. You know,
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
those guitarists. Certainly, there's a lot of kind of go-to techniques there, and as you say, particular scales that are going to be incorporated.
Yeah.
Mm.
You guys are all
Brilliant.
doing tremendous stuff.
Mm.
I mean, on your own. So that's brilliant. Really.
Yeah. Cool.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pleasure.
absolute pleasure. Yeah, thank you.
Pop back sometime and